Harvard Elementary School. It would not be an assembly if I don't start by saying that I see you. I love it. Thank you for being here today, and welcome to our Veterans Day Assembly. I know that a couple of weeks ago we had an assembly for our PTA fundraiser, and that assembly was kind of loud and peppy, and there was a lot of cheering and interaction. We also had an assembly where the Taproot Theater came and they did a presentation, and you were a quieter audience and you clapped when it was the right time to clap, and you listened when it was the right time to listen. Today's Veterans Day Assembly is like the Taproot Assembly, okay? I appreciate that everybody is sitting on their pockets, and I would like you to remember to keep your hands to yourself, your feet to yourself, and have zero level voices when people are speaking and when our amazing fourth graders are performing. We're going to start today's assembly with the color guard. That is this group of students from Oak Harbor High School. They are in our program that is called the National Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps program, the Junior ROTC. They are in leadership, so they are leaders at the high school, and they do that through a Navy-supported program. And since we are coming up tomorrow on our Veterans Day, that is the day where we celebrate as a country veterans, people who have served our country in the military and have made great sacrifices for us. And so that's what today's assembly is about. You're going to hear a lot about sacrifice and service from our military service members and their families. So with that, I would like you all to stand up. We're going to welcome our ROTC program. And please, we're going to sing the Star Spangled Banner. Oops. And after the Star Spangled Banner, our group, the color guard is going to leave, and we're going to stay standing until I tell you to sit. But the proper behavior is to stay standing as long as the colors, the flags, are in the room. Okay? So, zero level voices, we are going to now hear from our fourth grade students as they share some music.
Hello, my name is Brinley Wanger. Welcome to our Crescent Harbor Elementary Veterans Day Assembly. It is our pleasure to have you with us today. The fourth grade class has some song selections for you today to honor our veterans with us today.
Hello, I'm Cole Ketcher. Our first selection will be a song called On Veterans Day. It describes how our armed forces families deal with having both active duty and retired members. Oak Harbor students and their families have a unique perspective and are a part of Washington. We understand what it means to say the words active duty and deployment. We thank you all for your service, all of you active duty veterans and their families.
Hi, I'm Mr. Rawson. Some of you may know. America the Beautiful has been called an expression of patriotism at its finest. It conveys an attitude of appreciation and gratitude for the nation's extraordinary physical beauty and abundance. We would like to also convey our appreciation to both the active duty members and our veterans of the armed forces today present. You are the very definition of patriotism at its finest.
Hello, my name is Wyatt Jorgensen. It was the year 1882 when church organist and choir director in Newark, New Jersey, named Samuel Ward, composed a hymn tune called "O Mother Dear Jerusalem." This was the well before the poem "America the Beautiful" by Catherine Lee Bates.
Hello, my name is Martino. It was the year 1882 when the church organist. Hi, my name is Martino. In 1893, Catherine Lee Bates famously stood atop Pikes Peak near Colorado Spring, Colorado, and it was inspired to write a poem originally entitled Pikes Peak. It was 1895 when a church publication called The Congressionalist renamed the poem America. There are various ways to express gratitude to those who have served in the armed forces. Cards and letters, social media, and using American Sign Language. This, for instance, is one of the sign language expressions which shows gratitude on Veterans Day. Hi, I'm Brent. The fourth grade classes would like to use American Sign Language to show our gratitude in our next musical selection called The Brave. To all of the active duty service members and our veterans here today, we would like to say thank you for your service.
We would like to do that one more time. We have these sign language symbols in our song. Thank you for your service. You ready? Thank you for your service.
Oh, look at that. Our character trait this month is gratitude. And we show gratitude by saying thank you. I would like you to raise your hand if your mother or father or you have a relative who is in the military, maybe the Navy, maybe the Marines. So, to everyone who's raised their hand, I want to say thank you to you. You can put your hands down now. I want to say thank you because I know that it is difficult when you have a mother or father who is in the military and they have to leave to go on a deployment, or they have to leave to go do training, or they have long days at work. And I know it's difficult for you, and I thank you for sharing your family with our country so that they can help keep us safe. Veterans Day is a chance to say thank you to all of our veterans. And today we have the honor of having a retired captain of the U.S. Navy. Captain Larry Munns is here today. He was the commander of the base here on Whidbey Island. He was also an A6 pilot, and he has spent the most hours flying an A6 of anybody that has flown that airplane. That's a pretty amazing thing. You might want to ask him sometime if his bottom's a little sore from sitting in the seat that long, because it's a lot of hours. But I want to welcome Captain Munns and his wife Beth Munns, because I know, first of all, that when someone is in the military, it is not just them who is serving and helping, but it is the entire family. And so I thank you both for your service. But I also want you to recognize that your parents right now are serving our country, and quite often veterans, and so your parents, when they leave the military, will probably continue to serve our country and help people out in different ways. And so I think of Captain Munns and his wife as people who have exemplified that and share and help out in our community quite a bit. So with that, I want to welcome Captain Munns.
To all the fourth graders, that was awesome. Thank you very much for your music. That was great. Good afternoon. My name is Larry Munns, and I am a veteran. As a matter of fact, I served 25 years in our Navy. Most of that time was spent flying airplanes, as your principal just mentioned. As a matter of fact, the airplane I flew the most was the A6 Intruder, which is one of those two airplanes on a stick on Highway 20 when you drive off the bridge and heading into Oak Harbor. So that has been my passion and my career for a long, long time. I'm very glad to be here to help all of us recognize Veterans Day. Just a little bit of history. Veterans Day started the concept back in 1918, over 100 years ago. I wasn't around, and I'm sure none of you were. It was initially called Armistice Day. That's a big word, armistice. It was in recognition of the cessation of hostilities at the end of the Great War. The Great War was named that before they knew enough to name them World War I and World War II. The fighting stopped in Europe on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. That's why Veterans Day is recognized on November 11th at 11 o'clock in the morning. That's tomorrow. You won't have school tomorrow. So that's why we're here today. So it's a very special day for all those who have served, Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, and now we have a force called Space Force that's relatively new. So for the members of those services, it's not about armed conflict, going places. As your principal mentioned, it's about service. Those men and women of the armed forces travel all around the world. They work hard. They take a significant risk at some times when they're away from home. And they help defend the U.S. interests around the world and our friends around the world. In my case, we actually, she's taking pictures. My wife and I and our family, twice we moved and lived in Japan. Actually, my family lived in Japan. I was mostly deployed on the forward deployed aircraft carrier USS Midway. But I did get to Japan from time to time. Beautiful people, and we loved being over there. Every veteran you know, or service member, they certainly have their own stories. I have way too many to share today, some of which I could share, many of which I probably wouldn't wish to. But again, when I was your age, I was fascinated with airplanes. And it was something that I wanted to do. I was an okay student as I worked my way through my education. At least I was a good enough student to be able to go to the U.S. Naval Academy. When I graduated from the Naval Academy, I had an opportunity to go learn how to fly airplanes. And that's what brought me up here to Whidbey Island. We took off and landed on aircraft carriers. Sometimes it was extremely exciting, sometimes it was scary, sometimes it was late at night, sometimes the weather was not particularly good, but it's what we had trained to be, and it was the service that I wanted to fulfill. We worked and deployed around the world. I have been to the Mediterranean. I have been, I believe, to every continent except Antarctica. We've been in the South Pacific, the Western Pacific, in all sorts of places, most of that time just being present and showing other locations around the world that the United States cares. Again, most of that was extremely exciting, and that is why I wanted to do it. While I was serving in the military, it taught me several things. Some of them have already been mentioned today. Throughout the military, you learn teamwork, you learn respect, you learn integrity, and you learn gratitude. Teamwork, we were a very complex operation when we are working anywhere in the world. So you need people, not just yourself. You can't do it all yourself. You need people to help, to do their particular jobs, to follow in line, to make sure that everyone does what the overall mission is. Respect, even though we're a military organization where it seems like everybody works for someone else, you still must learn to respect your peers, your subordinates, your superiors, and make it all part. That's what instills the teamwork. Integrity, we learned integrity. That's another big word. Integrity is basically doing your job, doing it the best you can, and making sure that if you see something that you didn't do right, correcting that. Another way to put it is, someone told me, integrity is what you do and how you act when no one is looking. That's up to you. We also learned gratitude. Your principal just mentioned that. We are very big on thanking the people that work for us, that we are in line to represent, and we enjoy the thanks that you are giving all veterans here today. So again, I want to thank you for this opportunity to share my passion and interest in the service. Thank you for listening. You're very, very good. You have the 0 voices, right? That's awesome. So thank you for recognizing Veterans Day. For all of you that put your hands up, that you have uniformed members at your home, when you thank them, be sure to run home, hug them both, or one, or the other, and tell them thank you for all that they do. You are part of the teamwork that makes that group operate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Lawrence. All right. I didn't break my program, but I think we're back to
A song.
Hello, my name is Elena. If you have listened to the music on Whidbey Naval Air Station, at the end of the day, you have heard a bold sound at a tune called taps. It signifies the end of the day on the Naval Air Station.
Hi, my name is Michael. The song Taps is also used to honor armed forces members who have passed on. The fourth grade class will sing the word to Taps for you. The song Taps is also called Day is Done.
Fourth grade. Are you ready for the United States service songs? Everybody else has to stay on their pockets, but you can sing along with us. Fourth grade. Ready and march. Come on. Arms to your sides. 9 to the front, 6 to the rear. That's how we swing it here. If you're a service member of any of these 6 services, please stand when your song is sung. If you have been or are currently serving in the United States Marine Corps, please stand and be recognized.
Freedom and the
stand up and be recognized. Air Force. If you have been or currently serving in the United States Space Force, please stand and be recognized. Space Force. We're the If you have been or currently serving in the United States Navy, please stand up and be recognized. At this moment in time, okay, we're going to do a really quick version of Your Grand Old Flag. Teachers, would you please go ahead and pass out those flags as quickly as possible? Anybody that does not have one, raise your hand. I've got a whole fistful of them. All right, bell's ringing in a minute, so we're going to do it one time. Here we go. Thank you guys. 4th grade, awesome job. You're a grand old flag, you're a Nice job, Mr. Weinsheimer. Take it away.
All right. Thank you, 4th grade. One big round of applause for our 4th grade singers.